Well, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get the thrombos tamed in time, but we are going to hunt them. So let's go for this first one. Come on, you can do it. Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and we are back with some more RimWorld today. This is the medieval and magic playthrough, and we're here with the youngest member of the colony, little baby Borba. What a name that is, generated by RimWorld itself, so it's a special one. He's a keeper. He's actually 5 days away from his first birthday, so that's going to be exciting. Of course, in the medieval setting, we have no growth accelerations, no growth fats whatsoever, so he is going to take a while before he becomes a productive member of the colony, but that's okay. We've got plenty of adults here. Hopefully, we've got enough adults to keep things safe and sound. Speaking of which, we've got Connie. She is the arcanist of the group. There it is. Oh, newly made arcanist. And she recently learned the magical cooler spell, which we haven't used that yet, but I'm going to probably wait till I get the kitchen redone and up and running. Then we'll set up a little cooler room, adjacent to the outdoors. Right now, this area has served us pretty well, but it's awfully small. So we are counting on, I believe, who is our miner up here? Is it Cole? We captured one person. Yeah, Cole here. She is an excellent miner. So right now she is digging out some stuff for us here. We've got our ritual room going in. That's a big one. Of course, we're using the fluid ideology. So I'm trying to get that reformed as much and as quickly as possible. But yeah, the mountain needs to be dug out. So let's get things started. Oh, and as another note, we do have a prisoner from our most recent raid. So I'm really debating on taking out her lungs and her kidney. Those are the organs we need for some of our other people. But turns out she's actually a really decent pawn, and we still don't have, a pair for each colonist. So it would be good if each one of them could have, a relationship going. It just helps out with their mood altogether. So I think we're going to go ahead and try and recruit this one too, unfortunately. That just means Cage is going to have to go a little bit longer without his lung, but you can see he's still making the best use of our brand new harp. So that's how the colony looks at this point. Let's see what adventures today brings. Well, another big change we made in the previous episode is that Indo now has the potential for some psychic powers. So he is a natural background pawn, which means we just need to go out there and locate the anima tree. And if we set him to meditate there, he can start to develop powers over time. It's a slow process, and unfortunately, since we've got this tunneler meme, he will probably suffer a mood penalty every time he goes outside. But ultimately, I think it's worth the trade-off to get him leveled up in his psychic abilities, because that's going to help tremendously in combat and in other facets of the colony too. Those spells are very helpful. And, as I've mentioned too, or I think someone in the comments has suggested, eventually we could probably remove the tunneler meme too, since we can reform and change our ideology. I think that's possible, but either way, like I say, it's a trade-off I'm willing to make. But one issue is I have no idea where the anima tree is on this map. Now, this would be the time to check for it here in the deep winter. You can see the foliage is pretty thin, so I'm going to have to spend a little time searching around. But I did install a brand new mod. So once I find it, I've got the replantable anima tree mod, and it's not a part of the original mod pack, but I did include it now. So it should be good to go, but it does what it sounds like it does. It allows you to uproot and move the anima tree just like you can with any other tree. So in a way, it's a bit of a cheese. I understand that, but also at the same time, I think it's a bit more realistic, just from my perspective, considering you can move every single tree in the game except the anima tree. But either way, it'll be much more convenient for us. Of course, like I said, first step is to locate it, and I'm just hoping it's not hidden underneath the mountains, because then we're going to have to put off these psychic powers until we open up some of those hidden valleys. Okay, well, you know what? You guys in the comments shared a little trick with me about how to discover these hidden valleys. So I want to share a little trick with you and just a refresher in case anybody missed it. If you go to one of your melee pawns or just anybody with the melee in their toolbar, recruit them and then select the attack, you can see that when you're hovering over solid stone, you get the little no or the red crossed out symbol. But when you put it over an open part of the map, it switches to the actual combat symbol, just like it would out here. Or actually, it's vice versa, isn't it? So out here in the open, there it's the red circle. Over stone there, it's the sword. I'm glad I noticed that because I think I had it confused. But yeah, there's definitely some openings over here. So the red circle indicates an opening right here, for instance. But like I said, that's just the little tip for just uncovering the hidden valleys. Now, my tip, I didn't come up with this myself either. It was one I think I picked up from watching Francis John, another RimWorld YouTuber. But what this one is for locating the animate tree in a situation like this where it might be kind of hard to find. What you'll want to do is pick any structure, doesn't matter what it is. I'm just going to use a wooden wall because, of course, whenever you try and build near the animate tree, you get that little indicator, visual lines that show you that you're too close, and then it's going to give you a penalty to your animatry, right? So if you kind of sweep the map and look for those little red lines, you'll notice them when they pop up. And I've done this already. I realized, boom, there it is. You see them? See the red line right there? That points directly to the animatry. And you can see it's hidden. It is somewhere inside the valley here, so it doesn't look like it's too far on it. Wait, is this it right here? Oh, it's not inside the valley. It's just literally in this corner. Oh, that's amazing. I just realized that. And yeah, this Magnificent Trees mod doesn't work well with the mountainside. So you can see the foliage is kind of hidden there, but it's not perfect, although I do love the look of it. But ultimately, hey, we've just discovered the anima tree. So, hey, that's good. Now we can go through the process of how to extract and replant it. So I'm going to order it extracted. And just because I like to micromanage, this is a very important task. So I'm not just going to casually wait for the pawns to complete it. Let's grab Beetle. He's one of our, yeah, he can extract this real quick. So we're going to get him out here to dig it up real fast. All right, there he is. Took him a while to get up here, but now, like I said, there's kind of a process. I've used this mod before, and just in order to get it all done as quickly and as efficiently as possible, this is your best bet. So as soon as he's dug it up, reselect it and then hit replant, and of course put it wherever you want. Okay, so I'm going to put it right outside here where it will take a little space out of our garden. And again, I can move it later down the road too, so it's not a big deal. We'll put it right here, just like I said, so it's nice and close to the front door. And let's go back over to Beetle. Boom, there he is. So now I'm going to use him to actually do it, but you need to actually click on the spot you just selected. There we go. So he should turn right back around, grab the tree, and there you go. He's going to bring it into the base, so we get it all done in one shot. And he's not coming out here to dig it up, and then somebody else comes out to replant it. This way, it's more efficient. Oh no, gosh darn it, I made the classic mistake. I put the anima tree inside the grow zone, and that means they're going to, of course, cut down any trees in the grow zone. Dang it. Here I was looking forward to the change of the season, and I just went and screwed it up. So it's not the end of the world. Of course, the anima tree will regrow, and we could just replant it back here. But now everybody's got this stupid -6. Yeah, anima scream for 5 days. Just what I didn't need. Oh my God, live and learn, right? Hope you guys can learn this lesson. And I could have just avoided it by doing that right there. Boom, instantly they wouldn't have cut it down anymore. But yeah, stupid mistake. It just happened and I got the notification. I was like, why? I was trying to figure it out what I did wrong. I thought maybe I accidentally set it, but nope, that's the reason, because it's in a grow zone. Oh boy, check this out. So we got some Thrumbo that have just appeared on the map. We got a male and a female. Oh boy, oh boy. So, if you guys missed my previous series, the Hussar and High Mate series, well, there's a link to the description or to the playlist down in the description. But I should tell you that we relied very heavily on our thrumbos in that series to defend us, and with great success, I should say. So, I'm tempted to go ahead and try and tame these two up. It only takes, I believe, like a 10 or a 12 skill in taming to do it, and there's no chance that the animals will, react negatively or hostilely towards the tamers. I think at one point in RimWorld's history, thrumbos would attack if they had a chance to attack on a failed tame, but no longer, not anymore. So it's completely safe to attempt it. So I think we'll give it a shot. Now, if we do happen to get these, I don't know if it's going to be a total replacement for the Rocks army, at least not right away, because it does take a heck of a long time for a baby Thrumbo to grow up to full fighting strength, even longer than a Rocks, I imagine. But you can see the place is kind of swarming with Roxes right now, so even if we do fail on the Thrumbos, at least we've got these big boys to fall back on. One more quick note about the Roxes. I almost forgot, but a couple episodes ago, somebody suggested some really great names for a couple more of our Roxes. So we've got Roxanne, who is one of the females here. She's one of our originals, I believe. And then Roxy Balboa there. So he is one of the younger Roxes, but I don't have a lot of full-grown adult males at the moment. So again, really great names. So we are looking at Floofball number 2, Roxy Balboa, Shaggy, and Roxanne. There we go. So like I said too, if anybody wants to name an animal, including the Husky, now that we've got them, let me know down in the comments. But if you do want a Rox name, just don't grow too attached to them, because they're here for fighting and for food. So it's still fun to have a nice little named group though, especially with such creative names. Thank you. Well, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get the Thrumbos tamed in time, but we are going to hunt them. So let's go for this first one. Come on, you can do it. Bring them down. Oh, these Thrumbos. They are the ultimate animals out there. So sometimes, there we go, they take a little bit more than 1 or 2 volleys, but we got that one. So we'll go ahead and finish him off. I'll just get Connie, can you do it? Yeah, she should be able to finish him off. Now, we've got one more to go and get to. Of course, I'm not going to let one go. All right, here we are in position. It's a little bit close. Let's move back a bit there. All right, take your shots, guys. Let's provoke him. Let's get him. Oh, he's just outside. We can do this. Come on. Get a little bit closer. So I definitely want the Thrumbos for their... There we go, perfect. For their, not so much for the meat, we're actually doing okay on meat, and this time of the year we don't have any way to refrigerate it, so we gotta be careful. We don't want this thing taking a single lick at our colonists. Get him, Rocks. Come on. Oh, they're kiting him. Come on. You gotta be real careful with these Thrumbos, I tell you what, because they even get one hit on your colonists, it can be fatal. They will one-hit your people, for no doubt about it. But anyway, yeah, I definitely want these corpses here for the skin and the horns, too. Those are going to be good. Because remember, we're still trying to build up enough wealth in the colony and silver here in the colonies so that we can trade for some more magical tomes, which I think I'm just going to start stockpiling, and some more of the martial training devices for Kaz. So these Thrumbos are going to go a long way towards that. Well, the prisoner is still alive and well. I have not forgotten about Logan over here. She is our beautiful, too smart, tortured artist with a planting skill, which is something we're definitely going to need here in the near future. With all these people we're starting to add, we're going to need some food growing. So, real quick, I just wanted to update you guys on her social. Right now, her ideology is still, it's a struggle. She's got some resistance on her. Watch this. It just barely did 5% there. So I've hit her like 4 or 5 times with that conversion spell. And like I say, it's like chipping away at Granite over here. She is not letting go of that ideology. And of course, once we get over that, we've got 15 resistance to get through too. So no big deal though. I think she's going to be worth it. Like I said, her planting ability plus being a tortured artist means she can start popping out some more sculptures for us and maybe even make some legendary sculptures, which is always nice with that extra creativity burst that the tortured artists always get after they have a mood break. But anyway, just like I said, little update on the prisoner. We've got ourselves a raid, folks. Oh, and it's the biggest one yet. 1,300, almost 1,400 thread points used. All right, and they're giving us a little bit of time to prepare, so yeah, that's actually very fortunate for us. Let's see here. Tempted to try and use our fire staff out here against these guys. Oh, and as another note too, they are all melee, so honestly, there's really not much reason to come out here. As long as we can shoot them down before they break through our walls, we'll be okay, since there is no ranged threat here. Unless, oh, I just considered maybe there's a ranger or a mage or something in here. So I'm certainly not going to go through every one of these pawns, but you know, there might be a way to actually narrow it down with the numbers tab here. So if I go to colonists, let's go to enemies. Okay, and if I do, let's see, we can look up traits possibly. There we go. All right, so we can look at all the traits here. Maybe at a glance, there's a physically adept person, but they're not actually any kind of skill. Okay, that's interesting. Looking. Nothing jumps out at me. I might be missing one. There's a heck of a lot of undergrounders here. That's interesting. This person has 4 traits. Okay. But no, I think we're good to go. Anyway, this is a great mod too, by the way, the numbers mod. As you can see, really helpful for just looking at things at a glance, or even like I pointed out before in previous series, it's great for dealing with prisoners. If you want to set your prisoners' food restrictions all at one time, you can do that really easily here at this tab. But another great mod I include in all my mod packs, just quality of life. But anyway, enough distraction. Let's stay focused on the raid. Oh, here they come. They're around the mountainside now. They can see our walls. They're in sight. We've got our people coming up to the embrasures. I think we're going to be good. We've got some seriously good shooters on our side. Of course, Barra stands out among them as a legendary sniper. Look at that. Look at that. So we've got all our abilities turned on auto cast. Kaz, unfortunately, still doesn't have any abilities. Connie, yep, she's not ready. Now, what are they doing? They're not going to... What is he doing? Oh, he's destroying my beehive, you jerk. I thought he was going for the mountainside or something. I'd rather have him destroy my beehive, honestly, than try to get through the actual mountains. Is that what they're all doing? Yeah, every one of them going for that beehive. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, Lord. Well, that's good for us, because it will split things up. You know, as I've mentioned before, it's always better to have the raid kind of stagger in 1s and 2s at a time, you know. Okay, now they're all staggering in about a dozen at a time. This is where our walls are going to be tested. All right, I can see the rocks are itching for battle. Let's go ahead and release them. There you go. This is good. It's close enough that they will be distracted, but they're not going to be able to get in because there's a clear, like, kind of bottleneck here. It gives our people just an absolute target practice here. Look at this. Oh, and if we lose a rocks or 2, I'm totally okay with that because we got too many as it is, really. Oh, look at him go. Get him, rocks. Get him. We got a couple potential prisoners here. Oh, we can use some of these organs. You better believe it didn't take a single scratch. What a perfect raid that was. And as a side note, Logan up here has finally been converted to father worship. Thank goodness, too, because she's about to get some company in the prison, and that's not good. She's going to want to break out with all those extra prisoners crowding her. Still at 15% resistance, so we got a while to go. But nonetheless, Let's not look on the downside when we had such a good success here with our raid. Turns out some of those traps were pretty handy too. Alright, I was worried with this curved structure that they wouldn't trigger the traps, but hey, everything worked out well. So let's go ahead and rush out there and perform some triage. What do we got? 5 prisoners? Nice. Okay, the prisoners are all lined up here in bed. We've got Logan down here. You can see I've got him set to be stripped. Okay, she's tending. Luckily, none of them are like an hour or less away. So they're all pretty decent. They're all still injured. 5 hours, that's about the nearest one. And the cool thing is, too, most of the pawns are no good. And I know that sounds funny to say, but honestly, we're looking more for organs at this point. Now, I would have liked to pick up that physically adept out of all these, but we didn't get him. He's obviously was one of the casualties, or maybe he escaped, but we've got these, and this is going to be a lot of organs, way more than we need, but that's okay. We can get everybody filled out with some fresh new organs, and I think we need a nose or two as well.
Hey, you guys. Oh, my nose!
But then maybe we'll just extract the rest of the organs for medical practice and things like that. So I'm going to set everybody here who's capable of surgery. We're going to set them all to surgeons. And then, yeah, I'll probably just go through. Once we get them healed up, we'll allow them to heal. And this is one of those, again, like I said, great opportunity for this mod right here. I'm going to set them all to just simple food. There we go. And, oh, we can see one of them's even unwaveringly loyal here. But anyway, so you get the picture. We're also stripping them. So anybody who might have some armor, that's going to be extra good. Look at this. Already we're getting access to some better gear than we've got. Some of it's pretty beat up, but nonetheless. Oh, yeah, very nice. Well, looks like our boy Kaz is the first volunteer for the dissection duties here. He has come over here to operate on Nictus. I don't have much confidence in this one, though. He is only at a 2 for his medical, but luckily he does have a passion, so this should definitely help him out quite a bit. But I had to go out there and scour the map for herbal medicine, man. We just don't have enough growing space. I've got to expand it. But, oh, and I have done that actually for our food. I've expanded some of the rice growing operation out here just because there's a ton of fertile soil just outside the gate. So hopefully no raiders will set that on fire. But hey, look at that. He successfully extracted a lung. And he's going for number 2. So with Nictus, just in order to conserve like herbal medicine, we're only doing 3. And I'm making sure these are the 3 that we need most. So 2 lungs and a kidney. And then if we get these, we can just practice basically, extracting some arms and legs and whatever else we might want. But like I said, we got to really pay attention to our herbal medicine because it's very limited. And of course, whatever we've got here is it. So if our own people get sick or something, we might be screwed. And again, I'm going to have to install these things into our people with some medicine too. So in other words, we might be able to get the organs, but we still might have to wait a little while till we get a trader or 2. Hopefully that'll be soon. Oh, well, no waiting around. I tell you what, let's go ahead and start administering some of these organs. Good old Kaz did not fail 1 surgery. Can you believe that? But for this, I made sure Barra was the one doing it. He's in an 8 medical skill, so hopefully this will come off successfully. And we're just doing this one at a time so I can micromanage who the operation or the surgeon is here. Come on. Nice. Oh, look at that cage. He's whole again. He has his lung. So now we've just got to get Indo a lung, and somebody was missing a kidney. There's a nose we need. Looks like Kibby needs a leg. All right. And where's the kidney? I swear. There it is. Okay, Cole. Yeah. So Cole needs a kidney, also some legs. We're going to be taking off some arms and legs just for storage purposes. But, yep, those organs, we're just going to take what we need. Like I said, conserving that medicine. Okay, here we go. So we're looking at the final organ operation or transplant. We've still got to get that nose and a couple of arms sorted out, but the prisoners are dropping like flies. We've got Kaz in here. He has yet to fail a single surgery. This man, let's see, he started at a 2 and he's up to a 5 now after this little this medical operation. But let's speed it up here. Make sure we get a positive outcome. Oh, wait. Oh, good. That was Kaz. Okay, so he failed on one of the prisoners. Phew, thank goodness. They got me nervous. It almost happened at the exact same time. But nope, we can see that her kidney is perfectly good. She still got that frostbite scar, but we'll deal with that another time. Oh, man, that's amazing. So, yeah, it doesn't even matter. At this point, we've got all the organs we need. I've just been harvesting some here and there. So getting some extras, you know, some brains, some eyeballs and whatnot. Probably at some point end up trading them away. But man, oh man, I tell you what, my stockpile is getting so full. I'm literally running out of room for like any animals that we hunt and stuff. I can't even find a spot for them. So we might have to dig out a little bit more of the walls here, or I don't know, build another stockpile room, something. But anyway, the anima tree did grow back. And I replanted it. It's still a little baby, but that's okay. Not a big deal. At least we've got this sucker back. So that's a weight off my mind, and we can start to work on our psychic powers again. But I am desperate for a trader, I'll tell you that much. So we're just kind of biding our time until somebody shows up with some more of those training manuals for our pawns and stuff. And of course, another raid would be nice if we actually got a prisoner or two that we could keep. But let's take a little peek at Logan. Oh, coming along quite nicely. She's only at a 6% resistance, so almost there, and still hasn't had a single prison break. Well, we ran out of medicine, so it's time to take care of our prisoners in a different fashion. We're going to try one of these public executions, see if we can't. Nice! Oh, that was 2 points. No, just 1 point there. Okay. Quality of the ritual points have increased by 1. Very nice, very nice. So that was definitely worth it. I was worried since this room isn't quite finished that we might end up with like kind of a crappier one, but I did get all of this flooring in here. This is like the totemic floor or whatever, so it's worth 3 beauty value alone for each tile. But nonetheless, as you can see, it's good enough for our needs at the moment. Oh, I think I just saw Connie. Oh, she used her blink. I don't know if you guys caught that, but Connie just blinked with that corpse. She picked it up and moved in the air. Oh, man, you'll have to rewind the video to see that, but that was pretty cool. I love it. I love it. Of course, it is on autocast, so go ahead and use it. Yep, you can see it cooling down right now. That is neat. At first, I thought it was like a bug, but whatever. So we do have a couple more prisoners left, and we've got, like I said, some extra stuff here, but we ran out. No more medicine, so I think what I'm going to do here, I don't want to just release him, but honestly, I don't want these prisoners here. We don't get anything for releasing them. No social faction influence, so I'm still going to have to do it, though, just because I do not want Logan to get involved in a prison break and get hurt or, like, permanently injured or, God forbid, killed. She's too good for that. We need another planting person. So we'll just go ahead and release this guy, and Mancuso too. Yeah, we'll probably end up releasing him as well. I would do another execution. Of course, it's going to be on cooldown though, so we could force it, but it's almost likely we'll get a negative ritual, so no worries. I can wait. Oh no, look at this. I'm leading this Mega Sloth back, and Mackenzie, the prisoner we just released, getting caught up in the fight. Oh no, that's okay. Bear is out here to help now too. This is probably a foregone conclusion with our legendary sniper on the task. Look at that. Poor Mackenzie, he's just running for his life. He's like, I made it out of that horrible prison. Now I'm getting chased. But there we go. You can see we're kind of scouring the place for food because I've got this permanent low food notification up here. It's unfortunate, but that is what it is. Oh, and speaking of notifications, we've got another mouth to feed. Oh, great. Here we go. I got a rocks I got to deal with, but let's check this out real quick. Starry is pregnant. Of course, she and Indo got together in the last episode, so now the baby is just a baseliner, so there's not much to look at. And of course, personality is TBD, to be decided, but it's always a happy day when we get another one. And she's non-violent, so it shouldn't affect too much, you know, because usually it sucks when you get a combat pawn who's pregnant. It slows them down and stuff, and you don't really want to risk putting them on the front line, but Starry, that's good. I'm really happy about that. Now, you know what I'm going to do too is just turn down the pregnancy chance. I'm going to leave it. Oh, I just turned it up. Now, I want to go to avoid pregnancy. Yeah. Obviously, she's not going to get pregnant now because she already is. But in the future, it can kind of spiral out of control. You can get more babies than you want. So I'm just going to reduce those chances because as we get more and more couples, we're definitely going to get more and more population. But anyway, I've got a little bit of a rocks problem to deal with. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. We've got Connie here now, our arcane mage. She can throw out some magic missiles if it gets too wild. But I think this is probably a good spot to end today's episode here, out on the hunt. It's been a very eventful one, no doubt about it. And the series is coming along quite nicely, thanks to you guys out there who've been helping me out with the different tips and comments and stuff. So keep those coming. I really do greatly appreciate it. I'm always curious to know what you guys think and like I say, your suggestions. So hit that like button for me too, guys, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. And I will see you all on the next episode.